What is up, everyone? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And today we're going to take a look at these charts and this, it just makes me laugh. Look at this crazy action on Bitcoin. Price is surging. Before we jump into this, let me remind everybody that this is not financial advice. Take everything I say with a grain of salt, and you better just do your own thing and use common sense. Please use common sense. I hate to see people get wrecked. All right. Well, Bitcoin's going straight up in the air, and we are above the purple dash line. This is a heck of a rally going on right here as we have broken through with this big green candle. And we're doing a double top in the stochastic where we had a bearish cross here and it unfurled and we went for some more action. So now we look like we're curling over for the second possible crossover. And we've got a very bullish MACD happening right here, which could be at the peak. Because this set of green bars, which is still dark green, is actually higher than what we had on this previous level from this peak that happened way back here on about the 21st of January. So what's going to happen and why am I laughing at this Bitcoin action? Well, I'll show you. We're going to look at the one-day chart and then we'll start to look at the one-week charts so I can show you something that you really need to be concerned about. All right, well, let's flip this to the one-day chart and we'll kind of take a look at what the purple dash line looks here. And on the one-day chart, this is just absurd. The one-day chart shows me that we could continue going upward for a little while. This might not be it with this vertical crossover here on the stochastic with a very aggressive divergence of the fast line and the slow line with an impending bullish cross happening on the MACD oscillators combined with the light red on the histogram. We're approaching the zero line and we'll start to hump up into another green zone. It tells me one thing. Oopsie. Sorry about that. Just got a phone call from the wife, and I don't remember where I was at. I think we were talking about the light red bars on the histogram where we are approaching the zero line. And so once basically this stochastic finishes this ridiculous spike here, I'm going to tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't go shooting up here to the black dash line. So let's just look upstairs and see the extent of what this ridiculous bear market rally could end up doing. If we scrunch this down, get a little history in here, you will notice that there is a big volume node that I've been talking about for quite some time. It's right there, 30,000. Could we get to 30,000 on this one day? Yep, it is possible. I would say 50-50 shot. We're either going to race up to that point or we'll peter out before we get to the slip zone. But if we make it to this point here and there's still strength, we could run on up to this node. But if we lose the momentum before we hit the slip zone, it could roll over at that point and we could start moving back down within the downward trending channel. But making it to this volume node doesn't say that we're in a bull market. There's not a reversal. So many people just, I don't understand it. Thinking that we can just skip the length of the bear market, which we're not even halfway through the normal length that gets longer in every cycle. We're not starting the bear market. This is a bear market rally. Starting the bull market. I'm sorry. We're halfway there. We've got to finish out the year before we can even think about entering into the accumulation zone phase and starting the new bear bull market cycle as a whole. Okay, so look for things to continue to get crazy with this happening. And now we'll get to the whole point of the video. We're going to jump to the 1 week chart and look at everything, okay? But before I do that, I'll pull up the DXY, which this is crazy. The DXY is bullish. We got a green candle. We're about to jump out of this zone here. And if it does, all bets are off, because when we shoot out of this on the DXY, if we get up above this green box, okay, we're going to do this and we're going to resume what we saw here. You see this? This picks up again, and goodbye Bitcoin and crypto and everything else. You can see that we had a bearish cross here, and then it flipped, and now we have a bullish cross. So it looks like it's wanting to stay up here. If we get action like this, where we keep staying into the overbought zone here, where we have these bullish repeats, and on every stochastic low like this, we come back down to the baseline and shoot back up, we're going to find the bottom of the Bitcoin market and everything else. Now, without any further delay, let's flip back to Bitcoin, turn on the 1 week chart, and then I'm going to show you something that is very interesting. So let's scrunch this down, and we're going to look at all the charts. Where's Bitcoin right now? Well, it is moving up again. And we notice that we possibly have a reversal where we had a bearish cross in here, but now you see the blue line about to cross and move back up, which could send us to that 30,000 level where we get into this area right here, okay? Now, once that happens, since we are premature and we're not finished with the bear market cycle, we're going to come bouncing out of this zone, guys. This is clearly a peak. And what do you notice? The previous peak here was at the peak of the market there. So we're at a peak right now, and we're staying bullish on the micro. We're right here. And if we're lucky, we get up here to this 30,000 point. But that's going to be still a lower high, because we're not going to eclipse this one. We're probably not going to eclipse that one. Can it happen? Well, sure. I don't know. Anything can happen, but is it probable? I don't think so. Okay. So once this little peak here is done, what's going to happen when we get to the next cycle down? Well, as I always say, look at the low points and see what the returning prices are. At this low point, there was our low. At the next low point, it was a higher low, and the market flipped. This low point brought an extreme lower low, okay? And each one of these, they continued to get lower. So at this last stochastic low point, that was at the bottom of the market right there. Now, once this finishes here and rolls over, that's when it's time to get out the popcorn and watch the show. Okay, so let's just look at some other major crypto projects. First, the DXY on the 1 week, which looks like Wreck City for Bitcoin. Huge bounce out of the oversold zone, and we have an impending bullish cross happening on the MACD oscillators. Light red on the histogram approaching the zero line, which says that we are ready to launch out of this box. And when that happens, it's going to be detrimental to Bitcoin. Let's look at the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Well, there's your crossover and no potential double cross here, even though we have a nice green candle there. GBTC is going to go down. Let's move to XRP. Well, we had a fake out cross over here and it's moving back up, but not much action. We still have a lower high, looking bearish. How about Ethereum? Bouncing up after looking like we were going to fizzle at 1,500, but we're way up here at the top. And when we compare the last peak, that was at the market cycle. So this is a lower high. Litecoin surging up to $100. Oh my gosh. And after this huge romp, this is the bear market rally. Notice something here on Litecoin. We have a clean, clear line right there. See that red line? Notice how each of the peaks so clearly illustrates a picture. There's the market cycle peak. We had a bear market rally. We jumped up to that line and got rejected. The next one didn't even make it to the line. And now with this serious one, we're sitting on the line again. If you want to know where the market is going and what's going to happen to Bitcoin, look to Litecoin. I've used Litecoin as my overall market indicator for years. It's easier to see what's happened in the market with Litecoin than anything else. So that's, wow, that's ugly, folks. Let's look at Matic. Here we have it again, stochastic peak. We've got a peak here that is making a lower high. And the next time we move down, it's not going to be pretty. At this low, that was at the market low where we bounced on this line at 30 cents. That was back in June of 2022. Is it possible to hit that again? Sure, it's possible. Anything can happen. AGIX, the most FOMO'd coin in all of crypto right now. For all of you AGIX fans, when you go this vertical right here, and then you've got this wick, this red wick that shoots all the way up to what, 67 cents? Let's see what it was there. Yeah, 67 cents. And your stochastic is not even in the overbought zone on the 1 week, but it's looking like we have a crossover about to happen. And this MACD is absurd. That's ridiculous. There's nowhere left to go on this. This is a complete FOMO run. This is like AI getting ahead of itself. You're going to correct. It's not going to continue this. You can't go straight up forever. So I'm looking for this to correct. This could get knocked down to this cluster that's centered around 18 cents. It could get knocked down to 9 cents. It could come all the way back down to the base at the point of control price of 5 cents. So go ahead, keep buying on that one. I won't be joining you there. Sol is going to be SOL after this completes. We had an impending crossover. It unfurled. We went back up. We could jump up above the red dash line and hit 33, which would still be a lower high. We could move all the way up here to the 50 EMA at 39 or 40 before it rolls back over. Caspa's looking strong. Okay, but notice that we're at a peak here and we have a crossover. We finally have a stochastic on the fastest slow line on the 1 week. And there is a clear crossover, which makes a lower high off of that high point that happened when we tried to break 1 cent. Whew. Oh boy. Cadena is looking pretty weak. It already rolled over. This is pretty clear. I think it's done with its bear market rally, and we're going to look to drop down lower. Flux, 86 cents. Crossover is in. Now, notice all of these charts look the same. The market is clearly overbought. It's red hot. And looking at IOTX here, we touched on the 50 EMA rejection. What happens after that? Continued correction, continuance of the bear market. Same on AMP. All of these charts look exactly alike. ACH, it's already peaked. It might jump up and touch that 50 EMA again, and after that, it's going to go back down. Graph, oh man, how much more clear can it be? Touching on the 50 EMA, crossover here, correction city is coming. Now again, let me tell you something. I could be wrong. All right? But if there's any takeaway from here, let's just end it on Bitcoin. You guys better be careful. And so while everybody else is reporting all this ridiculousness that the bull market has started, I'm just looking at this chart that says, no, it ain't. And then when you hear my next Bitcoin news report, once we combine these charts with the news that I have to share with you, my news and opinion, you're going to say, yeah, the Crypto Pro might be on to something. We better be careful because it just doesn't add up. Well, that's about all I've got for now, but I would love it if you would like, comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Pro channel. I do appreciate you all. I appreciate the super thanks that I have received. And let me check my list to see if I have a recent super thanks that I did not announce. I think I did report about South North with the super thanks of $10 on February the 7th. Thank you, South North, for your continued support. It's about all I've got for now. Stay tuned for the news report, and I will see you then. I'm out of here.